Hey, what's going on, everyone? So today we're finally starting the 13B RX8 swap. As you can see, I already removed everything from the engine bay. I have all the parts over here. This is the old Renesys motor, and that's the 13B REW motor over here. It took a while for me to get back into the build itself because I was waiting for several parts throughout the months, but I finally got the most important one here, which is the Crossmember to mount the REW motor, and that came from Nikon Rotary. It's I gotta go into details on the actual Crossmember, but I'm pretty happy with how much I purchased for and the quality of it. It's really good. And again, I'll go into details more once I separate all this to this empty side. So here it is, you guys. I cleaned out this area, moved all my stuff on this side, so I can show you a little bit of the breakdown of what parts I've got throughout the months that passed. Technically, I just started this build maybe like 3 to 4 months ago. Once I found out the compression on the Renesys motor was low, then I started sourcing out a REW engine. So thanks to a member of the RX8 group, he's pretty well known on there. His name is Dean. He does a lot of compression tests throughout the SoCal, NorCal, California area. And actually, it's funny because I literally bought this from one of the dudes. I literally bought this car from one of the dudes that he knows. Reached out to him and then got this car. Car was actually running, to be honest. It was running fine. It was just leaking from the radiator. Replaced that, drove it for a few months, and then I hit up Dean from Facebook and I said, hey, come by, maybe you could come by and do a compression test to see what the numbers were on this car, on this engine. And it wasn't good. It was front rotor was 6.1, I think, and the rear rotor was really poor, literally low compression at like around 4.1 to 4.5. So the front rotor was actually like helping the rear rotor like just keep running. And it was just time, you know. I never owned a RX8 before, and I really loved it. Actually, I really liked the power of the Renesys motor, even though a lot of people say it was underpowered, but it was really nice. I loved driving it for a daily when it was, you know, before I knew the compression test. But that bumped me up into this motor. And to give you a breakdown of the specs, it's a 13B REW motor with RX8 rotors, so it's a bit on the high compression side. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm still new to like all this, but it is RX8 rotors, and it's semi-peripheral ported. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what I'm gonna do in the future. I mean, the most important part right now is just dropping in the motor and, you know, see where it goes from there. I mean, I live in an apartment, so I'm trying my best to like clean up my garage and stuff. So yeah. Let me give you a breakdown of the parts I have so far. So what I have just to mount the motor in the car. My previous transmission blew up, so I had to go to the junkyard and get a used one. Luckily, it's so much cheaper in the junkyard. 100%, 50% discount from what other people's are asking for on like forums and whatnot. I got this guy for 150, 58,000 mile on this transmission. But you know, we'll see when we slap it on and see how it drives. I'm going with a 6-puck spring-loaded clutch, and I got this pressure plate off of the RX8 RX8 Facebook group as well. The guy that sold me this told me I only had about 1,000 miles put on it. Got my FD upper intake manifold over there, and the most important one I believe that everyone is interested in is the Crossmember itself. I honestly I can't say how, like, you know, words can't say how nice this is. Like literally, it's been machined properly. If you order from Nikon Rotary, they ask you if you want to get the blue polyurethane mounts, which is harder than these. These are like the standard polyurethanes they sell. But man, nice welds all around. Love the Nikon Rotary stamp here. It's just nice. I bought this for $250 shipped, and they were very responsive. I just can't wait to put all this in. I mean, I'm just excited, you know. So that's what's gonna be happening now. Yeah. So here we go. So let's get started. I'm going to be swapping over the motors, putting the Renesis on the pallet, and putting the REW on this stroller thing. So I just have more room, and I'm going to use that tray underneath to clean the transmission. So yeah, so got the REW motor on the dolly, but I forgot to buy some thread lock for the pressure plate. So I'm gonna run to AutoZone and buy some thread lock and some degreaser for the transmission, since we're gonna be cleaning that at the car wash. So ACT clutch is now installed. We're moving on to cleaning the transmission. So after I clean the transmission, we'll be installing a new inner shaft seal. I guess Mazda recommends that anytime you replace the clutch. And then once that's done, we're pretty much slapping the transmission on the motor, putting the new Crossmember, and just putting the car back together, and pretty much dropping the car. And I think that'll make my landlord happy. I gotta say, guys, Dollar Tree really saved my ass. I started using this Totally Awesome spray. It's just $1. Wanted to give it a try, and holy crap, this transmission looks like new again. I don't have any before and after pictures, but what I can say is the bottom part of the transmission was filthy, and all I did was just spray this Totally Awesome spray on it because it's totally awesome. Just like a couple of times, we did a few minutes, and then didn't have to scrub it too much, but you can tell, like, it literally brought this transmission back to life. And I can honestly say that this is definitely a low mileage transmission. So this saved me a trip to the car wash and spraying it down and whatnot. I'm still gonna be cleaning it a little bit more. So yeah, I should probably be mounting the transmission to the motor pretty soon now. Before I start cleaning inside the bell housing, I wanted to show you guys how filthy it is in here. And wanted to show you like a before and after using the Totally Awesome spray. Now this is after, and this spray really did a great job. Holy crap. Thank you, Dollar Tree. So the next step is to replace the inner shaft seal. I think that's maybe the reason why that there was so much debris and oil inside the bell housing. So I'm just changing it just for a precaution, and it doesn't seem too hard. Just put this in just like a rear main seal, put some silicone and torque it down, and that should be it for the transmission. And then we could slap it on the REW and get it ready for drop-in. So here it is removed. It didn't seem like it was leaking, but it's better safe than sorry. That's the seal that I'll be replacing. And then it just looks like it's just silicone, and slap it on and torque it down and it should be good. Back in business. Then sealant is on to complete. It came out pretty good. Transmission's all clean. Time to put the release bearing, grease it up, and bolt it now. The moment I have been waiting for. Not done yet. I ran into an issue where the oil filter is hitting the slave cylinder. So what I'll be doing right now is removing the oil filter for now and do some research and see what options I have. I also kind of concerned about the oil pressure sensor. It might hit the firewall, so I'll also be removing that as well. Not sure what I'm gonna do with this coolant pipe here. Not sure if I can use the RX8 one, and I'm not really sure how easy or hard it is to just remove that piece. So I think I'm gonna call it a night. Maybe I really wanted to see these both mated together and maybe start a better day tomorrow. So we'll see.